Alright guys, so today I've got a nice little shoulder workout put together for you. Shoulders are one of my favorite muscle groups to work. As you can see, they're one of my strong points. So let's take it into it. So for the first exercise for you today, we've got the chest supported lateral raises. Now we're gonna be showing you the correct way and the improper way to be doing this. Okay, so the reason that we're gonna be doing these as a chest supported lateral raise, not just a standing lateral raise, is the goal is to take the momentum out of the movement. As you can see here with the standing lateral raise, there's a little bit of extra momentum that's added into this, and what that does is it takes a little bit of the additional tension off of your medial delts. When you have the support on your chest, or even you're sitting down, you have that additional support, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna prevent you from being able to utilize momentum to make the movement even easier. Lateral raises are one of the best ways to make sure you have the nice round capped shoulders. So make sure you put a good emphasis on these and take every one of your sets down to failure. Okay, so for the second exercise, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be jumping right into a single arm rear delt fly. Now normally what you would do is you would start your workouts with the good compound movements. But the big thing is, a lot of people, their rear delts are really lacking. And so instead of just throwing in the compound movement right off the beginning, we're actually gonna put in a weaker body part just to make sure that you get more emphasis on that. So with these single arm rear delt flies, what you're gonna be trying to do is you're trying to lock your scapula in place at your shoulder blade. The reason you want to do that is you want to make sure that you're taking your rhomboids, your mid-traps out of the movement. You're focusing all the tension on your rear delt, as you can see here. For cable boom setup, you're going to rather want this level with your shoulder, one notch below or one notch above. Nothing too extreme in either of those directions. Cable boom height is not universal when it comes to this exercise. A lot of people, they feel it a little bit better if they're going from high to low, some from low to high, and some find it really good, which is straight across. Okay, so now we're gonna be getting into our first compound movement with the seated dumbbell shoulder press. Now one thing that I want people to focus on with these is that I actually have my elbows pulled to maybe about a 20 to 30 degree angle in front of my body. This is working inside your scapular plate. The reason that I have this is it's gonna hit the front delt a little bit better, and it's gonna be more efficient for that muscle to move from point A to point B in shortening. At all times, I'm making sure that my elbows are stacked underneath of my wrist. The reason you want to do this is to make sure you take any extra tension off of the torque in the sides of your elbows. As you press above your head, you want to make sure that the dumbbells are actually finishing almost near the back of your head, not just in front. And you're going to be wanting to move the dumbbells in rather a slight crescent or diagonal motion. You'll also notice that I'm on one of the benches that is at a slight incline and not one of the straight flat benches. The reason for this is you do want to make sure that your elbows are partially in front of you instead of directly just at your sides. Next exercise we have for you guys is the Smith machine overhead press. If you are one of those individuals that has a lot of issues getting into full depth with this, we also can recommend doing a reverse banded setup, as you can see here. I have a daisy chain hooked up with a carabiner and a band, and what this will do is this will take tension out of the bottom of the lift when you're at your weakest point. Just like with a dumbbell overhead press, you're making sure that your elbows are out in front of you at a little bit like a 20 to 30 degree angle, and your wrists are stacked directly above your elbow at all times. Again, you really want to make sure you take in any of that torque out of those joints. Another exercise to add in for the capped shoulders is we've got the lying lateral raises. These are one of my favorite lateral raise exercises. Similar to like with the chest support, we are laying down, and what this is going to do is going to take all the extra momentum out of the exercise for us. Depending on the type of cable setup that you guys have, you might need to use a daisy chain or something of the sort to make it so that you can reach far enough back so that the weights aren't hitting the very top. Just like with all the other shoulder movements, I am going within the scapular plane at 20 to 30 degrees in front of me, and I finish roughly at around the same height as my shoulders. And the last exercise I have for you guys today is barbell front raise. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna grab a barbell at the same width as your shoulders. You wanna make sure that all your joints are gonna be aligned appropriately. Nice full control contraction and a nice slow and controlled eccentric as well. Do every one of these sets down to failure. And on your last set, maybe even do a drop set to really fucking burn it out. All right guys, so that's what we got for you for the rest of the workout today. Crush out your shoulder workout in no time. You guys are gonna have some boulder shoulders. Peace.